Hi everyone, I am finally caught up with Eldarya. I powered through the past couple of episodes, so now I'm ready to play the latest one that came out just today. This is gonna be tough because it's the first time that I play Eldarya without a guide. I only have some general information. I know that it's gonna be like a very expensive episode, so yeah, I'm probably gonna miss. There are 3 illustrations. I'm probably gonna miss all 3. And waste all my mana, but let's start and see how it goes. It's gonna be interesting. Okay, removing of the mask. Previously in Eldarya, let's read. I always like to read the summary. You managed to enter the dragon's realm, and there you learned 2 very important pieces of news. Valkian is a dragon, and you are a demon. Or angel, because she's not culpable of her ancestors' mistakes, apparently. Anyway, these revelations have shaken both of you, and returning to HQ hasn't eased your concern. Ashkor was here, about to break the crystal. Yeah, what about that? He wants to kill us. I am really dreading the fact that there's not going to be a fifth truth with him. I want it so much, but it looks like impossible at the moment. Let's see how this episode plays out. You were brave enough to stand up against him. Did you manage to protect the crystal and the oracle? What will happen to Eldarya? Let's see. Start Eldarya episode 25. I felt Ashkor's grip tighten on my throat. Tears rolled down my cheeks as I felt myself lose consciousness. Then he let go of me and I fell to the ground, struggling to get my breath back. I can't see Behemoth justifying this kind of behavior if he's a love interest. I mean, they are so afraid of people judging Ryan on My Candy Love just because he's a teacher and in a position of power, sort of. And how can they justify this? I don't know. I don't want to think about it. Let's move on. I had no strength left in me. I could only watch him walk towards the crystal with his blade screeching against the floor, and that was breaking my heart. Crack. I closed my eyes, ready to suffer excruciating pain as the crystal would be shattered to pieces by Ashkor's blade. But the pain never came. As a matter of fact, there was nothing going on anymore. No screaming, no laughing, no tears, no gasping. There was only silence. When I opened my eyes again, it was daytime. What? Quickly I looked around for Miko and Ashkor, only to see that neither of them was there anymore, and the injuries the masked man had inflicted on me were gone too. Had the Oracle protected me until her last breath? It was unlikely. I hadn't felt her warmth, nor her aura around me when the presumed impact happened. I straightened up and looked around me to try to figure out what had changed. Everything seemed unchanged. I didn't understand. What had happened? Had I been dreaming, or was I actually dreaming now? Is it time travel? This is all very strange. Something's wrong. Why isn't there anybody here? Why is the crystal intact? I remember very clearly Ashkor walking towards it to break it. And without something pessimistic, I don't see how he could have failed at doing so. Speaking of which, I'd better go and take a closer look at the crystal. With a racing heart, I got closer to the diamond cluster to touch it. My hands were trembling, my heart is aching, and I have a bad feeling and an increasing terror inside me. I remember the first time I had landed in Eldarya, right here in the crystal room. I could still remember how it had a hold on me. I was fascinated by its brightness, its aura, and its greatness. This time I couldn't feel anything. I didn't feel like touching it or approaching it. It had lost all its charisma. The grand crystal had become insignificant to me. When my hand touched it, my suspicions were confirmed. Something was wrong. It was as cold as ice, and its color was dull and bland. The usual warmth of the oracle that normally came out of it was gone, as if the crystal had gone to sleep. Terror is starting to overwhelm me, and being alone is not helping me calm down. And where is Miko? She was here, locked in this ray of light. Where is she now? Maybe she went to the infirmary to get her wounds healed? I'm having a hard time imagining her leaving me for dead here. This is all very strange. Feels like she went to the past or something, or like a different dimension or something like that. Let's try going to our room. So our room is still our room. Infirmary? There's no one here. And when I say no one, it's not just a figure of speech. There is not one sound. The infirmary is totally empty, and that's not normal. Where are Evelyn and Olua and Vailin and Matitz? For God's sake, what is happening? I need to find someone, anyone. Find someone. Let me guess, we're gonna go round and round and around. No one is here. Library. No. Alchemy lab. No. Let me guess, no one is even at the forge. Oh. Let's try to go out. No. I think I saw somebody. Hey. Followed the thing all the way to the refuge, but there is nothing there. Must have dreamt. I feel so lonely. Why isn't there anyone? Cherry tree? I've been walking around HQ for a while now, and I still can't see anyone, as if it were completely empty. Loneliness is starting to weigh on me, and wandering around is tiring me. Yeah, all the mana you're losing. My eyes are stinging, and my muscles feel heavy. I feel like sleeping, but I can't. I must carry on. I must find Ezarel. We don't go to the fountain. No. Of course. My guts are twisting with anxiety. I don't know what's happening here, but none of this looks good. I feel like crying. It's nerve-wracking. I'm about to go crazy if this goes on. I can't let stress overcome me. I need to get a hold of myself. Come on, Tetrakis, shake it off. You will end up finding someone. In order to get some energy back, I started running. My uncle, the one who was a big sports fan, had told me it was the best way to feel better. That was a lie. I felt even more tired. Yeah. I also realized that although I was moving all the time, I wasn't warming up. I was losing my body heat. Some parts of my body felt numb. I could no longer feel my hands and fingers anymore. I shook them in order to get the blood flowing again, but that was pointless. I had turned into ice, just like the crystal. No. Tetrakis, what did we say about negative thoughts? You need to get a hold of yourself. I shook my head in order to get those dark thoughts out of it. I mustn't lose sight of my goal here. Understand what's happening and find my friends. The arches. The door. Don't tell me I need to go out. As I tried to enter out of HQ, I felt a gate blocking the way, and then there was a flash of blinding lightning. When I opened my eyes, I was in front of the doors again. What's going on? I got closer to the exit, but slowly this time. There was like a light, fragile, volatile veil. This ersatz of tulle was keeping me from getting to the outside world. I was trapped inside HQ with no possibility of getting out, which is good because we are losing less mana if we have to also venture outside would be horrible. Why was HQ empty? Why was this gate blocking the way? I had so many questions flowing through my head, and I was guessing they wouldn't get any answers. The only time I had witnessed this was when the crystal had gotten corrupted. Had the Oracle once again created some kind of alternate universe to protect me from Ashko? That was possible. So... territory again? No. Let's try going back in. Let's try going to the crystal. No. Our room. Yeah, Molix isn't here, and although I keep calling him, he's not responding. That is very strange. It's not like him to ignore me like this. Because there's no one else here. But if we go down... Nah, I knew. It was a waste of time. Library? No. Pantry? Dining hall? No. Alchemy lab? No. Forge? No. Infirmary? No. Let's try going to the crystal again. No. Okay. Outside. I swear, it was better in the last couple of episodes. There was way less wandering around. After wandering for what seemed like hours, I couldn't stand up anymore. I was tired, weak, and exhausted of looking pointlessly for something and someone. And I didn't understand anything that had happened here. I was tired of looking for my companions. I only wanted to... I don't care about finding the others anymore. I can't take this anymore. I just want to sleep now. So, our room. As soon as I got to my room, I let myself fall onto the bed. Compared to my tense and heavy body, it seemed soft, comfortable, and nice. Curled up in my blankets and my soft sheets, I let myself drift into sleep. I had never felt so good. My bed was all I needed now. Maybe, when I wake up, everything will have gone back to normal. All of this can't be anything else than a dream after all. Confidently, I fell asleep, dreaming about a normal HQ with an untouched crystal, all my friends, and Ezarel's soft embrace. Right now, I missed him terribly. More than anything, I wanted to feel his body against mine and his warm lips. His absence is what was the most disturbing to me. I was not lost having him by my side during this ordeal. He had always been here for me before, except when he broke up with you. I thought about his laugh, him teasing me. I wanted to hear all his silliness. This is when I heard his voice echoed somewhere. Tetrakis, wake up, I'm begging you, open your eyes, don't go. I opened my eyes, hoping to see him and get a taste of his lips that I longed for so much. I was surprised to find someone else sitting at my bedside. Lifton, let me guess. It's one I had never thought I would ever see again. Mary? Okay, so you're either dead or you're sleeping. Hi, Tetrakis. I must be dreaming. What are you doing here? I was told you were here, so I came to see you. I pinched myself to wake myself up, but that didn't do anything. Mary was still there. Oh my god, this is so sad. This is really sad. That's impossible. You can try all you want. You're not in a dream. What? What do you mean I'm not in a dream? Yes, you're dead. What? Well, not quite yet. It's the black thing that told me. What is he talking about? I can hear your thoughts, you know. What? I have to be still sleeping or going crazy. I don't know how to explain this to you. I wanted the thing to tell you directly, but it doesn't want to see you. What thing? The thing that brought you here, of course. I took a deep breath to try to get back to my senses. If Mary's telling the truth, But I'm not lying. What? I told you I can hear your thoughts, and you keep saying that I'm lying. Mary, I'm sorry. I'm having a hard time understanding what is happening here. You're supposed to be dead. I know. It's not that I don't want to believe you, but the situation seems incredible. It told me it would be complicated. Think of something. Peter Piper picked up a bag of pickled peppers. Now, right away, I have no idea. Mary, you're scaring me. Let's go with the first one. Okay, it's repeating. Ha, that's too hard to... You really can read my mind. That's incredible. Mary started to put, I believe you, Mary. But you have to understand that this is a bit complicated to take in. I still feel I'm in a dream. Well, you're not. Where are we then? At HQ, and not quite. What do you mean? He rolled his eyes before sighing. I need to show you. Come. Mary took me to the kitchen. He took a mirror out of his pocket and told me to look at my reflection. In the mirror's reflection, I could see Twilda baking buttered croissants while speaking with Caruto, who looked restless. I could see she was trying to put him at ease with her gentleness. It was quite a disturbing sight. I watch her often. I can see her crying a lot since I've left, but I can see that everybody's being very nice to her. I would like her to stop crying. She loves you, Mary. Grieving is a day-to-day battle, you know. I know. I don't know what to do to make her smile again. His words broke my heart. I finally understood where we were, in purgatory. Or at least in some similar dimension. Like Mary had said, I was neither dead or alive. We were at HQ, but not really. Mary's mirror enabled us to see the world of the living. I had a flash of memory, Ashkor breaking the crystal. I had to see that with my own eyes, and of course Mary read my mind. You're not going to like it, you know. I'm sure I won't, but I need to see it. Okay, come with me. This is all incredibly sad. Like really, really sad. And I like it a lot, because I love angst. Here we are. Mary gave me the mirror. I only took a peek before immediately screaming with horror. Mary took the object from my hands before I let it fall. It's ugly, isn't it? I saw the masked man hit on it. I swallowed hard several times. It's horrible. What happened afterwards? The bad guy was blown backward. He left after a few minutes, but it didn't look good. There was blood on the floor. Then Nivra and Ezarel came. They released Miko and took you to the infirmary. Everybody was screaming. It was awful. You must help them, said Tragis. You must join them. Yes, but how? I don't know. The black thing said you were the only one who could do it. That doesn't help. So what is this black thing? Can be Liftan, right? Or maybe he is. I need to find a way to go back to the world of the living. Tell me, Mary, you can only see things through this mirror? You can't hear anything? No. That's a shame. We could have found a way to communicate with the others. They took me to the infirmary, right? Yes, some of them are still there, actually. Okay, let's go there. Maybe if I'm close enough to my body, I can find a way to leap back to the other side. At the infirmary, Mary handed me the mirror, and what I saw was most unsettling. I was lying on the bed, motionless, almost lifeless. On my body there were many scarlet-colored stones. Small light flashes were crackling within the stones engraved with elvish symbols. I immediately recognized the ritual of soul-catching. Evelyn had used it before, when Twilda had suffered her heart attack. Of course, that didn't work with me. I wasn't suffering from the same pain than Mary's mother. But nevertheless, I was happy to see Evelyn was doing everything she could to keep me alive. This is when I saw him. Ezarel. He was standing by my side, his hand holding mine fiercely. I saw a tear run down his cheek, and I went to him. According to the mirror, he was there, right next to me. I reached out for him to dry his tears in vain. I whispered a few words in his ears. I love you. There was no reaction. And then it seemed that what was left of my heart was dying within me. For a split second, I had hoped he would hear me. He would feel my presence by his side. I was stupid to think that he would actually hear these words. Feeling my eyes filling with tears, I decided to leave. This is not where I will find a way to come back to the world of the living. This is so sad and beautiful. Once I was out, I burst into tears. I was in such despair that I had to encircle my arms around my chest for fear of seeing my ghostly sheets implode and scatter to the four winds. I was feeling so down. The vision of my body lying lifeless on that bed at the infirmary was making me dizzy, and Ezarel not hearing me, that was the final blow. I wanted to die so as to stop wandering, so as to not be stuck in this world, isolated from the others. So, if you're here because you're not totally dead, why is Mary here? Mary is really dead. Mary came to me gently, but I wasn't ready to accept this. I blew him off and immediately regretted doing so. Mary, wait. No, you're too mean. I'm sick of these. Find the boy. Must be outside, I guess. No. No. Mary's here. He looked at me defiantly and went through the doors of HQ. Wait, I can't follow you. I got closer to the doors. That's weird. I can see a little crack in the gate, a tiny crack. Maybe that means I must follow the boy? I need to try. I hope that won't be a death sentence. After all, I've got nothing to lose. I mean, if this is a death sentence, the game is over. I got nothing to lose. Let's try. Worst case scenario, I will just be sent back. I mustered up enough courage and went through the doors of HQ. Reaching out for that tool that was keeping me from getting out, I held my breath, stressed by the idea of being thrown backwards. But the veil seemed to part open as I felt a little tingling on my skin. I kept moving and I saw that light again. No, not again. I didn't close my eyes. I was tired of not being able to find my way, and I was desperate to get out of here. But this time, the white light gave way to the beautiful plains of the Lands. It can't be far. I think he went to the beach, maybe? Wow, this flash of light again. Clearly, this gate is not giving me the choice. I can't go this way. Okay, so it's not the beach. I know he likes the burrow. He's here, kneeling next to the place where he was buried. Mary, I thought you were nice, but in fact you're super mean. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have screamed at you. It's just that I really need to return to the others, and you're the only one who can help me. But I told you I couldn't. You're the only one who can. You're as forgetful as a tiny lot. If you can't help me, why are you here? I don't know. The thing said I couldn't leave yet. And yet all sacraments were done during his funeral, precisely so he could rest in peace or move to reincarnation. Mary shouldn't be here. Sacraments? What's that? I forgot you could read my mind. Listen, Mary, if I understand well, this is a place for people who, like me, are between life and death. I think so. It's a crossing point, a waiting place. You shouldn't be here because you are... That, I know. The thing explained this to me when he told me to go with him, but then I saw my mother crying when they put my body in that big hole in the ground. I was so sad to see her like this. I don't like it when she cries. Now I understand why Mary is here. His soul hasn't done what it ought to in order to find peace. Once again Mary squinted to me. You don't want to leave your mother, right? Well, yes, she's all alone since Daddy died too. Mary, you have to leave your mother. She's not alone. We are here. So why does she still cry? Because she's in pain. The pain will not leave her for a while because she loved you more than anything. But you can't stay. You can't stay. You must find peace. Your mother needs that to be able to move on. I don't want her to be alone. I want her to smile again. And she will, Mary, I promise you. When? I don't know. You're lame. No, I'm just omniscient. Well, we are not omniscient, clearly. Omni what? I don't know the future, Mary. Nobody does. Only time can heal your mother and make her smile again. The only thing I can promise you is to be there for her and do everything I can for her to be happy. You aren't lying, are you? No, I'm not. Have I ever lied to you in the past? No, but... He doesn't seem to believe me. Well, if you insist, Mary. I tried to remember everything that had happened since Mary's death, all the interactions I had with Twilda. I was hoping the boy would read my mind and see for himself how much we had been taking care of his mother. I voluntarily tried to omit thinking about the suicide attempt, even if that was difficult to avoid. Mary started to cry as my thoughts slightly brushed that painful memory. My mommy, you must prevent her from hurting herself, Tetragis. That's what I intend to do, Mary, exactly that. Do you promise me? Yes, of course. Okay. I focused my thoughts on Twilda, on Caruto taking her under his wing, on the few times she had smiled at me. Mary started smiling as well, and slowly his body seemed to disappear before me, just like iridescent ashes. He vanished with a blast of hot air that warmed my heart. I realized his soul had just found peace, and I knew why. He knew his mother was in good hands. She was with us now. Goodbye, Mary. So sad. To track his weight. Mary's voice echoed in the air like the voice of an angel. I wanted to tell you one last thing. I promised I would keep this a secret, but I feel I must tell you before I go. Lefton. Lefton? He's the one who gave me the piece of crystal when we met. What? Mary didn't answer. I called him several times. I wanted to know why this revelation and why now? Yeah, it's pretty random. I only got the echo of my own voice as an answer. After a few seconds, a bright light blew away the landscape surrounding me and teleported me back to the entrance of HQ. I suppose my soul can't venture too far away from my body. I probably had some special permission to go with Mary. This place is really strange and disturbing. I hope I can get out of it as soon as possible. This teleportation had distracted me for a second, but as soon as I went back to my questioning. Why had Mary told me this? Why had Lifton kept the story a secret? Why was it important to hide it from me? These questions were assailing my mind constantly. My brain was boiling. What does this information hold that is so important? Why did Mary feel he had to tell me? Now that it's gone, I am completely alone again. I still feel very tired and still have this feeling of numbness. It's probably because I'm between life and death. I must hurry up and find a way to go back to the world of the living if I don't want to stay here forever. I'm afraid I don't have much time left. I mean, what could you do at this point? The only thing is like going to the library and trying to pick a book and read. If she can touch things, I don't know. If only I had some kind of clue as to where I should go, a light path, a specific door, something. I feel like I'm going round in circles, pointlessly. It's tiring. My body's getting cold again. The warmth coming from Mary's soul wasn't enough. I don't want to die. Not now. I have so many things still left to do. So many things to see. And I can't die without saying goodbye to Ezarel. I'm so curious how this all difference on left and root. Infirmary again? Do we have the mirror that Mary had? Mary? No. Coughing? Oh, that was Yakar's companion. Oh, the one that died. Wow, so sad. He's standing in front of the door, her door. Hey, old fellow, you can't go through the door. He purred before rubbing himself against my leg. His body's as cold as ice. Poor creature. I opened the door and he yapped with joy before entering the room. I then felt a familiar warmth coming out of the room, the same one I have felt when Mary had found peace. Yakar will be devastated when she will hear the news. He was old, but you are never quite ready to lose your companion. I hope he didn't suffer. Sort of. But he's in peace now because he went into the room. Crystal? No. Room? No. This could be such a beautiful game if it wasn't all this pointless going around. HQ is emptier than ever. There is not one living soul here apart from mine. Yeah, okay. We know this. Infirmary? No. Masking up? No. Forge? No. Crystal room? No. Bedroom? I mean, let's go again down, but I'm sure it's a waste of mana. Of course it was. The more I was wandering through the cold hallways of HQ, and the more numb my body was getting. The weariness was eating me up, and I had to face the obvious. I was dying. I didn't know how to get back to my friends. I was stuck in purgatory, wandering about like a lost soul. Not knowing whether my death would be sweet or painful, I decided to go to my room. I wanted to catch the scent left by my lover on my sheets, smell it one last time. Ezarel, my only love. I wished I could have said goodbye to you. I am so sorry, but I feel that my soul is crumbling. I'm just a shadow of my former self. This is so sweet. I don't think you can smell anything though. What is? Black smoke was coming to me. Although it was a few yards away, I could feel its wickedness. I moved backwards, feeling that this thing wanted to harm me, but it came closer. It turned slowly into the recognizable shape of the demon who had been following me for a while now. You're here, Tetrakis. I've been looking for you all over the place. Don't come near me. Don't be afraid. I'm here for you. It's getting closer. I need to do something. Oh my gosh. Okay. This must be connected to may be connected to the illustration. Let's try to fight the demon. Mustering up all my courage, I faced the demon. I was weak, but I was determined to fight him, whether in this world or the other. He had intimidated me too many times. I didn't want to die in fear. I wanted to live being proud of myself for having faced that vile thing. I'm not going to stand here and do nothing, demon. I will fight you. I'm not going to hurt you, Tetrakis. I don't believe you. I threw myself at him without thinking. After all, I had nothing to lose. Of course, he didn't let me do anything, and took control of me very easily. I was weak. All my strength was gone. I couldn't go up against it. Don't waste your energy, Tetrakis. Let go of me. Please, let me help you. Let go of me. I don't want your help. You have to trust me. You must leave. I'd rather die than give you my trust. It's not because I'm like you that you're a good person. I didn't want it to come to this, but you're not giving me any choice. I can't let you die. The shadow around me became more intense. I felt a weight on my body. I was screaming. I was on full alert. I refused to let myself go to the darkness, but it was engulfing me inexorably. I was suffocating, but there was no way I was going to let this thing get me. I was fighting with all my strength. This moment wasn't embedded in your memory. Okay, I clearly lost the illustration. But I'm not sure if it depends on the choice I made or the fact that Leiftan is not my crush or whatever. I don't know. As the darkness swallowed me entirely, it gave way to a sweet and warm energy. I wasn't tired anymore. My muscles weren't numb. It was as if I was coming back to life. Far within the void, I saw a light. I decided to follow it. Don't you know that going to the light means dying? After all, I didn't have that much of a choice. After walking for a long while, I finally got to the light, and it peered into every parcel of my soul. Something within me was telling me that I had reached the end of my wandering, but what was I to find on the other side? My friends, paradise, hell, or a new world? Come on, Tetrakis. Behind this blind light you might find the world of the living, the one you've been seeking so much. It would be fun if she woke up on Earth. I don't think it's going to happen, though. This world of light seemed endless, and yet it engulfed me in a sweet, soothing warmth. I could feel life coming back in me, and the new strength flowing through my veins. It was both intoxicating and strange. I woke up at the infirmary with a clouded mind. My eyes couldn't yet focus. But the considerable amount of energy that was suddenly within me had to get out. Ezarel was by my bedside. I threw myself at him immediately. Tetrakis, careful, you're still weak. Weak? Are you kidding? I'm full of energy. What? I don't know. I was in purgatory, I think. I did everything I could to come back, to open my eyes, just like you asked me to, and... You heard me? Of course. Oh, Tetrakis. I blushed. Ezarel bent over me and kissed me. I felt like I was discovering his lips again, soft as silk. My body was quivering with pleasure, and his tongue caressed mine. A heat wave was growing in my chest. My lips broke away from Ezarel's, and I looked at him, taking in every parcel of his face, imprinting it in my memory. I love you, Ezarel. I love you, Tetrakis, more than anything in the world. That is when Evelyn entered the room along with Holua. When she saw me, she let go of the bowl she was holding in her hands. It hit the floor and she shattered as she rushed to hug me. Ezarel immediately moved to the side to give her space. Tetrakis. Her embrace was real, abrupt, swift. She was hugging me so strong that I was nearly suffocating. Ezarel raised an eyebrow as he watched us and smiled. Because he's thinking threesome, probably, in his mind. Current girlfriend and ex-girlfriend. Evelyn, I can't breathe. She loosened her grip, apologizing. Sorry, I really thought I had lost you for good this time. Stop putting your life at risk, I'm begging you. You think I actually do this on purpose? I'm starting to believe so. She gave me a stern look, which quickly switched to a warm smile. You're definitely the best for putting yourself in the worst situations. You're really going to have to. Evelyn started lecturing me for a while, but I can't blame her. I know now that's her way of telling me how happy she is to see me alive. I therefore listened to her patiently, nodding my head and smiling softly. Evelyn is the elder sister I never had. Anyway, I checked your vitals and Olua came along with Nevra, Valkian and left them. I don't remember hearing Evelyn asking him to go and get them. I thought it would be good to go and get them. Yeah, isn't it she? Well, yes, you did well. I was distracted. That's what I thought. The track is, Miko told me that she wasn't thrilled you had woken up. Unfortunately, she couldn't come right away because she's busy providing first aid to the crystal. No problem. Lefton stared at me before taking me in his arms before Ezra's puzzled look. The Trakis. Lefton was holding me tightly. I could feel his arms shaking. I had worried him so much. I blamed myself so much for this. And he actually brought you back to life? I'm sorry. Why are you apologizing? Because I worried you. Evelyn, how was the Trakis? I was about to tell her until all of you arrived. Tetrakis, would you like us to be left alone for this? No, I don't mind them hearing what you have to say. Okay, well, I don't know what to say. This is a miracle. A miracle? Tetrakis' state was a disaster when you brought her here. Disaster isn't the word you used. What did you say? I'm hopeless. What? What do you mean hopeless? Well, considering how your vitals were, and your state, I honestly thought you were lost. Your chances at survival were minimal. I don't understand how you're alive and in such a good shape. Good shape? Yes, she doesn't suffer any deficiency. Her mana is exceptionally stable, and if we had to as if we were totally new to Dragis. And from what I see, her state has never improved during the last few minutes. This is fascinating. It's even improved. To be honest, considering Tetraki's connection to the Oracle, I would never thought this could happen. Yes, you don't know this yet, Tetrakis, but the crystal is destroyed. I know, I witnessed it all. What? Without further delay, I told them everything I had seen during my sleep. Evelyn was very upset to hear about Mary not being at peace before our encounter. I suddenly had a doubt. I thought about the secret the young brownie had told me before leaving. Should I tell everyone, or only Lefton, or keep it to myself forever? After giving it a quick thought, I decided to share the information with everybody here. Even if it seems irrelevant, I don't want to keep this information to myself. Before finding peace, Mary told me one last thing. I'm not sure it's important, but he absolutely wanted to share this secret before leaving, and it concerns you, Lefton. Really? Mary had a secret concerning me? Yes. Was it you who gave him a piece of crystal when I arrived here? What? Well, He started blushing and avoiding my gaze. Lefton, tell me the truth. Yes, it's me. One of my contacts had found a few hours before, and I hadn't had time to give it to Miko. Seeing how everybody was treating you, I thought that finding a piece of crystal and bringing it back to Miko would help you be more accepted by others. I'm very sorry, but as Tetrakis had appeared in the crystal room, I was sure she was a good person. I never thought that this little gesture would hold so much importance. I just wanted to help her and get people to be nicer to her. I might have overrated my trust in her. I ask you to forgive me. I don't think this is such a big deal. I agree, you were more clairvoyant than all of us at the time. Do you remember Miko had asked us to keep an eye on Tetrakis at the time? Yeah, and actually, I played this in French, and if you translate it from French, it's all messed up. It has a completely different meaning. That's another story. Nice to see I can be trusted, and I understand why you were spending so much time with me. B? You can't blame her. We didn't know you back then, and unlike Lefton, we didn't understand the Oracle's signs at the time. True, I'll give you that. Well, anyway, I don't know why he told me this. Just consider it was a kid's secret. He didn't want to leave without telling you the truth, and this little lie was probably eating him up. Oh, I feel bad for having laid such a big burden on this kid's shoulders. I would have never have thought that a little secret like this could trouble him to that extent. Don't blame yourself, Lefton. Like you said, it was harmless. I squeezed his hand tenderly. Yeah, of all the secrets he could have told about Lefton if he knew, this is really the least harmless. There's really nothing to worry about. It's really not the scope of the century. But a part of me is telling me not to leave that information aside. It might be useful to me later. I mean, it must be the second, right? That question has found its answer, but deep inside me, something was telling me that was more to it than this. That there was more to it than this. I carried on with my story and talked about Mull. No. Mull was found disemboweled in front of the library. He was agonizing. We tried to save him, but we couldn't. When did that happen? Just before Ashkor broke the crystal, according to the Pregus. And yet I didn't notice anything when I was running to the crystal room. Probably just didn't pay attention. Anyway, what else happened in that purgatory? Well, I wondered for a while. Then I saw that creature, this demon. You saw a demon? Yes, I wouldn't recognize him without a shadow of a doubt from now on. No, really? Yeah, I'm in front of you. What happens? This is when I don't understand what I don't understand, to be honest. I thought he wanted to attack me at first, but he kept repeating that he was here to help, that he didn't want me to die. And it's very weird because the minute that thing swallowed me, I felt like I was coming back to life. Back to life? Do you think he gave you some of his energy? I have no idea. It's just that right after that I ended up in the void. I saw a light door and I walked in that direction. Then I found myself here. Did you accept anything from the demon? What do you mean? Did you say yes to anything coming from that demon at one point or another? Not at all. Quite the opposite, in fact. I kept fighting him. Phew, we can therefore exclude the possibility of a demonic pact. Yes, even if that would have been surprising. Not that much. Naively had done a few pacts, right? True, I had already forgotten about her. Anyway, Miko will want to talk to you and assess the situation. She's still busy with the crystals, so you can rest a bit. I will tell you when she's available. Okay, thanks. They all left, and Evelyn insisted on me taking a nap for a few hours. I accepted reluctantly, because I can feel we don't have that much time. But then again, she has a point. Even if I feel good, I could still use a little bit of sleep. But before, I have a question for her. How much time has passed since Ashkor broke the crystal? 10 hours, give or take. I see, so I wasn't gone that long. Indeed, and that's why you need to rest. I woke up half an hour later, feeling refreshed, and begged Evelyn to let me go out for a walk. You don't need to beg me, you know. You've never been in better shape than today, so go out, run, have fun. She rolled her eyes before ruffling my hair. I think she's very pleased to see me this way. Hey Tetrakis, what are you doing? Waiting for Miko to be available? Exactly. She might be a while. The crystal is in quite a bad state. I saw that when I was in purgatory. But at least there is a piece left. Where are all the others, actually? They have been spread around the world, just like before. What do you mean? The shockwave. When the crystal exploded, the mana it's made of kind of changed its state. It went from solid state to something else. That's why it was spread around the world. Now we must wait for it to rebuild and look for all the other pieces. Oh, I understand better now why we found pieces of crystal in Balenvia. Nobody had ever explained this to you? Not really, and to be fair, I never really asked either. Yeah, it's like Inuyasha, basically, sort of. But they were pieces anyway. Anyway, why don't you use your time to do something else instead of dwelling over the crystal? Like what? Get some rest, for example. I think I've been resting enough the last few months. You didn't choose the best of places. And what would be the best of places? Are you talking about Ezarel's bed? You mean in your bed? Yep, I saw you coming. Oh my god. I wanna go with the last one. I didn't think it was that predictable. Are you looking forward to Ezarel kicking your butt? We're friends, we can share everything. Are you sure of this? Haha, of course not. Ezarel is so possessive. Ezarel possessive? I don't think so. It's because he doesn't want to show that side of himself. That's surprising. However, I will keep that information in the back of my mind. I don't know. I can't go to the crystal room. I'm not sure I'm ready to see it. Besides, I don't want to bother Miko. Transferring part of your energy to the crystal must require a great deal of concentration. Can't you do the same? Okay, nothing here. Okay, here is Ezarel. Squeezed him into his arms and kissed him. How are you doing, my lady? Very well, and you, my lord? Even more so since you're back from the afterlife. So, how was your journey? It was cold. Not bad. I might go back there for my next holidays. A bit sad without you. I think he appreciates the joke. Don't say that. I don't think it's funny. Okay, didn't appreciate it. Oops, it's the first time I see Ezarel unresponsive to a joke. Oops. Sorry. I'm sorry. Oops. Come on, Tetrakis, no need to apologize for this. It's not as if you had done it on purpose. I know, but being in that state again and again makes me feel weak. I would like to be stronger. I can't let you say that. I can't let you say that my girlfriend is weak. Listen, you're wonderful, strong, brave, intelligent, and have survived numerous attacks. And I am not blinded by my love for you. I love you precisely for all these reasons. Yeah, right. I acted very stupidly with you, Tetrakis. That was before I realized you had all these qualities. You are an extraordinary woman, and I won't let anyone say bad things about you. Oh, Ezarel. I'm touched by his words. I didn't think he valued me so much. I'm not sure I'm worthy of that much love. Instead of dwelling on these negative thoughts, I threw myself in his arms and covered him with kisses. You're the one who's amazing, Ezarel. Amazingly lucky, you mean? Stop. This is so cheesy. I'm blushing more and more, and those love kisses are not going to help me go back to normal color. You're so cute when you blush like that. Haha. Ezarel. I hid my face in his chest. You can be so silly sometimes. Even cuter. A civilian from HQ interrupted us. He needed help for an unlucky me recipe. Ezarel went to help him with pleasure. Kolaya seems to be lost in her thoughts. I wonder if she has any idea what just happened. I want to talk to her. How long do you think it's going to take before the world collapses? Oh, that answers my question. I don't know. You should be more positive. You're quite pessimistic, my dear Kolaya. Last one? Sorry, I was just being rational. That was probably too direct. A little, but it's a good personality trait. Why are you asking me this? Miko was very straightforward about this. The crystal is in very bad shape. If Eldarya's future depended on it, then it means that our world is coming to an end. Are we doomed? Kolaya, don't say things like that. I can't stop thinking about it. There are still so many things I need to do. I'm just yet discovering the throes of love. I'm too young for my life to end. That speech took me aback. Sorry, I shouldn't be so negative. I'm sure you will find a solution. She left, her eyes filled with tears. As for me, I am shaken up. Who are you in love with? No. Dining room. No. Okay, we must go out then, I guess. Hey, Valkian. Tetrakis. He stood there, looking at me for a while until he came and hugged me warmly. His hands are shaking, hesitating. He seems to regret just doing that. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have. Valkian. I must go. It broke away from me. What? Letting go? Hold him back and keep hugging him? Ask him to stay. Second. I took his arms and pulled him toward me. I can sense he needs physical contact to feel better. I can't let him live like this. The track is what are. Don't say anything. But Ezarel, you will understand that my friend needs me. Don't worry about him. The track is, you're so strong, so brave. What? What you've been through in purgatory, you came out of it as if nothing had happened, and despite everything that has happened, you're still attentive to others. You're impressive. You think? I don't really know. I have a very fuzzy memory of purgatory. I'm still having a hard time believing I was actually there. At the beginning, I thought I was at HQ. I didn't realize I was in the afterlife. It takes an incredible spirit and a lot of strength to overcome such an ordeal without consequences. And also, there was the meeting with the Fafnir. You're holding your head up, following the revelations about your origins, unlike me. Precisely because you were with me. Had I been alone, I would have probably broken down. I'm glad I'm sharing this secret with you. You're a cornerstone for me now. And I really want to play your route. You are next on my list, Valkian. And I'm very happy not to be alone anymore. I feel stronger now that you're by my side. So do I, Valkian. So do I. When we left each other, I felt Valkian was feeling a bit better. I hope I gave him a little bit of comfort. Where to go? Let's try to go out. Tetrakis. She threw herself into my arms. Greet her joyfully. Try to contain her. Try to avoid her. Oh my god, this is so mean. Greet her joyfully. I opened my arms widely. Well, how enthusiastic, Carly. You can imagine how happy I am to see you. Are you okay? What do you mean? The tremor, the crystal. Yes, I'm fine. And you? No harm done in the end. The tremor was terrible. I'm glad you're okay. And also, I didn't see you at Miko's speech. I thought something had happened to you. She doesn't know about my coma. I don't want to panic her more than she already is, so I'll just keep that information to myself. I was busy. Sorry. You shouldn't be. It just got hectic afterwards. Really? HQ seems quiet though. Miko handled the situation perfectly. You should have seen her. She was like Huanghua. She managed to calm down everybody. Her speech was very reassuring. Oh, I feel bad for missing it. Don't worry about it. There were quite a few people missing, come to think about it. I will see you later. I must go and give a hand to the Purekus. She hugged me before leaving. I don't want to go out. Back in? No. Spoke with Neros. Who spoke with Vacuum. We spoke with Ezarel. Maybe we need to see Lefton. Not down again. Of course not. It's always pointless to go down here. So it's definitely out, I guess. I hope. Yeah. Drakis, you're here. I'm so relieved. He hugged me. I couldn't find you after that terrible tremor which has shaken all the walls of HQ. I thought something had happened to you. He's probably referring to the moment when Ashkar broke the crystal. He might not know about my coma. I'm fine, and you? All good? Yeah, of course. Yes, I was out when it happened. I see. And how are the others? Yes, I bumped into Alea and their sister earlier. They're fine. I'll see you later. I need to go and help Miko in the crystal room. It's really in a bad shape. What are you going to do exactly? I know a few restoration rituals. I'm not sure it will work, but it's worth trying. Ah, I understand. Well, good luck. See you later. And now what? Okay. Lefton is here. I called him, but he didn't answer. He seems to be absent-minded. Gently tap his shoulder. Surprise him with a kiss on the cheek. Scare him. I think I'm gonna kiss him just because I like to stir trouble. Lefton backed away. I think I have surprised him. The drug is. He looks tired, but he has a beaming smile. I don't know how to react. Are you okay? Yes, yes. Don't like. You don't like your. You don't look like you're okay though. I'm just very tired. Nothing to worry about. You have to go and rest then. I'm trying. Thanks for your concern, of course. He left, and for a second I thought he was going to lose his balance, but he pulled himself together and waved at me to tell me that it was all fine. That it was all fine. I don't believe a word of it. Indeed, Lefton is not going well, but why? Oh, change of point of view. I'm sorry, but there's not much left I can do for her. Her vitals are catastrophic. She's hanging on by a thread. In which case, we must do everything we can so that thread doesn't break. I won't abandon her. Ezarel is holding on firmly to Tetraki's hand. I lay a kind hand on his shoulder. I won't allow her to die either. Whispering, I need her. Poor boy, I can easily relate to your pain. I don't want to kill him. Everything will be fine, my friend. Tetrakis is a strong woman. She will overcome this ordeal, and as she has always done until now. And I know exactly how to help her come back to us. I would have never thought it would come to this, but you're not giving me a choice. I need to find a place where I won't be bothered. Your room, maybe? I rushed to one of the books I hid in my writing desk. It was focused on one thing, saving Tetrakis. The book had been given to me by Verum, who had inherited from his father. I had thoroughly studied every page of it. Who is Verum? Unfortunately, it hadn't suffered any damage from the mist monster that had ruined the entire library. The book had proven useful to me numerous times. To seal the magic agreement with Ashkor, for example, that way he couldn't reveal my identity or our plan if he were to be captured. Unfortunately, I had to commit to the same thing in order for the ritual to work, which was very constraining now that our alliance was over. Of course, I had no way of breaking the agreement, or at least I didn't know how. Then there was the spell to get the oracle away from Tetrakis. That had worked for a while. This old book of spells, full of angel chants, was a gold mine. After a while that seemed an eternity to me, I finally found what I was looking for. The Ogum Mawelm ritual. It could only be done between two souls sharing the same blood. It consisted of giving half of your life to your soulmate. Oh my god. So, you shared the same blood because you gave her a transfusion a while ago? Because you're the same race? And Guardian is your soulmate, apparently. And you're giving half of your life? Thankfully, the blood donation I had done when we were at the Fanghuans made this ritual possible. However, it was risky. Even if I gave half of my life, I didn't have any guarantee that the Tragis would come back considering her state. But for her, I would do anything. Okay, I'm not gonna read this. Immediately, a strong energy took control of me and locked me up. This energy changed to thin red cords, color of blood. It seized my forearms, then my calves, and encircled my body. They looked like a fat scarlet veins. My muscles started aching. I could feel life leaving me, breaking out of my body with violence. I was in so much pain, but I couldn't get it out. Nobody could know what was happening behind the closed door of my room. Gritting my feet, I held back a scream when those filaments went through my body. I was trembling with all my being. The pain slowly went to my heart. The strength I had, the ancestral angel heritage, was leaving me little by little. Oh, Lefton loves us so much. I could feel my physical strength and my magic energy abandon me. But it didn't matter what was being taken from me and what I was losing. I had to do this for her. Deep inside, I knew this was going to go to her. More than ever, we would be connected. Despite my pain, I closed my eyes to focus all my strength on the ritual. I had to see this through. That is when the pain stopped. I opened my eyes, curious about this new sensation, and saw my own body lying on the floor of my room. Hearing some noise at the door, I rushed out. What is... She was here, before me. I immediately understood that I was in purgatory, and that she could only see my demonic form. You're here, Tetrakis. I looked for you everywhere. And she suddenly changed her clothes. Don't come anywhere near me. Don't be afraid, I'm here for you. But she didn't listen and stood up to me. I didn't want to hurt her, but I didn't have a choice. I won't let you touch me, demon. I'm ready to fight. I'm not going to hurt you, Tetrakis. I don't believe you. She threw herself at me violently. I stopped her easily. I had to make her understand. So probably my choice of fighting was the correct one. Maybe the problem was that Lefton is not my boyfriend. That's why I couldn't see the image. I don't know. Don't waste your strength pointlessly, Tetrakis. Let go of me. Let me help you. Let go of me. I don't want your help. Trust me. You have to leave. I'd rather die than trust you. It's not because I'm like you that you're a good person. Her words hurt me. She could only see the vile demon that the guard had described to her. But I didn't want to harm her, quite the opposite. You're giving her half of your lifespan. Even if she was going to hate me forever because of this, I followed my instinct. I focused on my will to save her, and a strange sensation came over me. I felt my soul merge with hers as she was screaming out from her lungs. She was still fighting it, and I tried to reassure her like I could. Part of me hated myself for putting her through this torment, but the other refused to lose her, at any cost. Even if she was to hate me forever. Drakis disappeared from my arms just afterwards, I didn't know whether I had saved her or not. I decided to go back to my body and live the afterlife. It turned out to be very easy. I just brushed my body and I woke up in my room as if nothing had happened. I barely had time to get back to my senses that someone knocked on my door. Leftan, Tetrakis woke up. I felt a sharp pain going through my chest, just as relief was warming my heart. I started coughing and was surprised to see blood stains on my glove. I had succeeded. I had saved the life of my loved one, but at what cost? Sometimes love can drive you crazy. I should feel safe. It's probably my subconscious speaking. There is no reason for me to feel this way. I need to get a hold of myself. I'll try the second. Take care of yourself, Lefton, okay? As soon as we will have captured Ashkor, I promise I will sleep for an entire week. Okay, but I will have a knife on you. If you overdo it, I will get angry. Of course, madam, I will behave then. Anyway, I'm glad to have bumped into you. I was actually looking for you in moments when my mind wasn't wandering. Miko has finished her work in the crystal room. She would like to see you at the dining hall to talk to you. I go with you. Sometimes I feel like Lefton route is like the true route. Like, he's clearly the different guy of the bunch, and his route is completely different. It seems more deep. So there's always one guy was like the real route or something, and I think he kinda is. Miko is sitting at one of the tables. The entire light guard is here. Karuto is close the door and of the dining hall behind us. Raised an eyebrow. Are we privatizing the dining hall now? Yes, since we can no longer meet in the crystal room. I get it, don't worry. I sat next to Miko, who had saved the seat next to her. She lay a kind hand on mine. How are you feeling? I'm in a very good shape, according to Evelyn, and I know she told me I wasn't referring to your physical state, but more the mental state. Are you okay? How are you holding up? I'm okay, I think. Are you sure? Your connection to the crystal is very strong. I'm having a hard time believing that you can feel okay after what happened. And I was there when you fought Ashkor. I was desperate. I don't know what to say. I'm touched by this story, but I don't feel sad or broken. Quite the opposite, in fact. I feel full of energy, and I really want to enjoy this second chance that life gave me. It's actually very strange. You're maybe still in a state of shock? Maybe, but I doubt it. What do you mean? Like I said, I don't know. I just have a full load of energy, and all I want now is to find Ashkor. He must pay for what he did to the crystal. I agree with you. Speaking of the crystal, do you know why you're alive? Absolutely not. Tell her about the demon. You haven't told her? We wanted you to tell her. The demon? What happened with him? I told her all the details about my trip in Purgatory, seeing Mary, his little secret, then the encounter with the demon. His words, this energy he seemed to have transferred to me, and the void following that. Just like Nevra, she first thought of a demonic path, but the rest of my story refuted this theory. I'm thinking of this, but maybe this is part of the blessing the dragons gave you. Maybe you have within you a part of the oracle that would explain why you're still alive and why the world is still in a reasonable state. By entrusting you with their powers, they might have given you the essence of the crystal? You think? Only by guessing. That would be a heavy burden to bear. I think Fafnir would have told me. I don't think he would have held back such an important piece of information from me. Maybe he didn't know. Your connection to the crystal is so special. I wouldn't be surprised if you were its ultimate guardian. Because words are troubling. Me? A guardian? Yeah, guardian? Evelyn, what did her blood test say? Absolutely nothing. She's a Phalian. All totally normal. So now we are totally Felian? I don't know. Shoot. Well, okay. Let's not jump to hasty conclusions. As for you, Tetrakis, don't hesitate to come to me if you need to, okay? No problem, I will. Now, could you tell me what happened after Ashkor broke the crystal? I fainted before the impact. Well, Ashkor was getting closer and closer to the crystal, but I was still trying to release myself from the ray of light. I had never seen such a technical achievement before. I'm waiting for Yakar's feedback. She knows much more about this than I do. She will surely have some leads. Oh yeah, Guardian kind of figured out what and who he was at the end of the first episode. Then he raised his word to hit the crystal, and I yelled at him to stop this nonsense, but he didn't listen. I heard you scream. I think that's probably when I fainted. No surprise, there was a kind of shockwave that swept away the room. I fainted as well. When I woke up, like 10 minutes later, Ashkor was gone. I immediately took you to the infirmary, and then the guys joined me. As soon as I could, I went back to the crystal room to take care of it. The people from HQ started coming to me. That's when I understood that all the seals were gone. We were no longer protected. I had to give a speech to explain to everybody what had happened. I heard. What did you say exactly? Everything. Told them about the demon threatening us, about Ashkor coming to the crystal room and breaking the crystal as easily. How did they react? At the beginning it was chaos, but then they realized that sticking together was the best chance of survival. They calmed down and we managed to have a constructive discussion. This is very convenient. I don't see this happening very easily. What solutions were considered? For the time being, we have decided that we will have people from the guard and civilians guarding the crystal, while others will go in search of Ashkor. As a matter of fact, the first hunt should start soon. We also talked about the possibility of organizing an exodus to return on Earth, but that for now seems a bit complicated. I see. When you said tell them the whole truth, you weren't joking. No, I think this is not a time for secrecy. We mostly talked about Ashkor, this power, his race, finding him Hasep. I've never seen so much enthusiasm at HQ. That's excellent news. This is how we will be stronger, by sticking together. We will find a way to fight Ashkor, that's for sure. Especially if we are dealing with a second demon. I don't think he's a demon. So why do you say that? His energy is very different from that of the black shape in my visions, and what's more, I found quite similar to that of the oracles. The oracle? Yes, and you saw it too. He managed to go through my light shield. Now that I think about it, the shield, the dragons told me that it was their gift. Could it be that? What if Ashkor was a dragon? Didn't you say that he had the name of a long-lost dragon? Yes, that's correct. So, Lance chose as a nickname of his evil form a name of a dragon? Oh wow, that's really smart move, Lance. Very smart. A dragon will never go after the crystal, except if he is under some kind of influence. Maybe Ashkor is partnering with the demon that we've been chasing for ages. Think there is I bit my lip. I almost blew the whistle on the possibility of a mole in HQ. I can't betray Miko's trust like that. I didn't even tell Valkian when I'm actually sure I can trust him, so telling the others. Yeah, I didn't tell him last time. It's better not to risk it. There is a mockery of a demon after us, and now potential mockery of a dragon attacking us. Mockery? Mockery. I didn't find any other word to make it up for my mistake. I'm pretty sure our two enemies have talked before. They seem to have one common goal: harm the Elgard. Tetrakis is right. We have considered this alliance in the past, and the fact that Ashkor might be a dragon doesn't change anything. No doubt. You're right. I have to put my beliefs aside and face the truth. Miko seems confused by the thought that a dragon might be maleficent. After all, I can understand her. Dragons are supposed to be sacred beings in this world. Anyway, whatever Ashkor is, we have to get ready for a new attack. The shock must have injured him, but he will get back shortly. Okay then, this meeting is over. You will start looking for Ashkor as soon as the first hunting session is ready. I will see you later. We all left the dining hall. I looked at Miko for a long while. Must find a moment to talk, just the two of us. But apparently Karuto seems to have things to say to her. I will come back later. Valkian is here, and now that I think about it, I haven't heard him say anything since we have brought up the possibility of Ashkor being a dragon. Hey Valkian, can I... He left before I could even finish my sentence. Something's wrong. He's figuring this out. Oh my god, where did you go? Outside. Let's go outside. Hilda, how are you? Very well, and you? Fine, thanks. Were you frightened by the tremor? Yes, I was, but I'm used to it. Sven and I used to live in a village that was prone to this kind of natural disasters. Where was this village? Do not add anything. HQ might seem quiet to you. I want to tell her about Mary. Let's go with the first one. Almost at the other end of the globe. Haha. Really? I didn't know you had traveled that much. Well, we have indeed. Every time I'm learning more and more about her. Yeah, if you ask her question, you learn more. Singing Twilda reminds me of Mary and the fact that I saw him in purgatory. Don't worry, my boy, I will take care of your mother just like I promised, but for now I need to find Valkyn. Have you seen Valkyn by any chance? Yes, I think he was heading to the cherry tree. Great, thanks a lot, Twilda. See you later. Exactly where I wanted to go. Valkyn. Not now, Tetrakis. When then? We need to talk about this, you know. Talk about what? You don't even know why I want to be left alone. I'm not stupid, you know. You think I haven't noticed that ever since we have mentioned the fact that Ashkor might be a dragon, you've gone silent? What do you want me to say? The man who killed my brother is one of ours. Ashkor killed your brother? How is that? I thought you had no idea who his murder was. Well, Valkyn then told me that him and Miko had gone to Balenvia a few days before our departure to Memoria. I haven't yet played the spin-off. He had gone there following the receipt of a report mentioning Lance's name. Valkyn did not go into details of his trip, but that was important. What was important is that he had met Ashkor. And he had not denied killing Lance, quite the opposite in fact. However, I did express a reservation about this. This sounds all a bit too easy to me. Maybe he said that in order to provoke you. He had this dagger. You had given it to him, right? Yes, after he had become leader of the Obsidian Guard. I see. Listen, take a step back and consider that as long as you don't have any proof of anything, you can't blame him. He did say so, though. Saying something isn't proof. And if I tell you that I'm the Queen of Saba, you're going to believe me just because I told you so? So what? It wouldn't be the first time he plays us. I kinda like the second, but I feel he's gonna get mad. Let's go with the first one. I know, but this is the only thing I can still hold on to. That's not true. I'm here. Your friends are here too. Try to remain rational, no matter what. He looked away without a word. Also, I understand better why the fact that he might be a dragon puts you in such a turmoil. He doesn't look convinced. Don't forget we're fighting a demon and that I'm one myself. You're an angel, that's different. Just the name Valkyr. We have the same blood running in our veins. So yes, I understand your turmoil. Knowing that our enemy is one of ours isn't easy news to process. But you're not alone. I'm here with you. We'll support you through this. However, we can't keep this to ourselves any longer. We need to tell Miko about you and about me. Why? We need allies. I'm not as strong as you are. I can't fight those two enemies. He hesitated for a second, gritting his teeth. Okay, fine. If you're sure we can trust her, then I'm with you. You should know Miko better than us. Finally, some open dialogue. Yes, don't worry, we'll take action if our world were to go into decay. But first of all, we need to discuss this with our allies to see how we can handle this. Miko is talking to a few members of the guard. I promise great transparency regard of the matter. We will receive weekly reports. Thanks, Miko. If there is anything we can do not hesitate. Okay, if I need anything, I will get in touch with you. Thanks for your support. Strakis, Valkian, what's going on? You look upset. We need to talk. In private. We can't go in the crystal room. Let's go to my room then. Valkian's room? I wonder what it looks like. I do too. Oh. Okay. Natalie. I went to Valkian's room. It's exactly like I expected it to be. It doesn't have anything to do with what I was expecting. It makes sense. Let's go with the first one. I looked through the room, lingering over the weapons and the armor parts. I had never seen Valkian with these, and I tried to imagine him wearing it. Then I looked at the intriguing colored stones of a shelf. I wanted to touch them, but I didn't. His room looked like that of a valiant knight protecting his princess, and the thought of this made me laugh, because knowing Valkian, he would have probably let me fight by his side. So what's going on? It's about what I wanted to tell you before Ashkar broke the crystal. I guessed as much, but why is Valkian here? No offense, my friend. I looked at Valkian with fear and swallowed heart. When we were in Memoria, Valkian and I met with the dragons. What? That's not what Lefton told me. We lied. I don't understand. You saw the dragons as well, with the draggies? Yes. But why? I don't understand. She's connected to the crystal by you. Why did they do you the honor? Because I'm a dragon. Shocked, Miko fell to the floor, and tears started flowing from her eyes. She's thinking at Lance directly. I went to her and circled her with my arms. I didn't think this was going to make her feel better, but I wanted to show her my support. And more importantly, I totally understood that she could break down like this. Her world was in crisis, under attack by one of the entities she respected the most. And today, we were telling her that another dragon was alive and by her side to help her. She was clearly torn between hope and despair. It took her a few minutes to calm down. Meaning that Lance too was a dragon? Yes. I see. This is extraordinary news, Valkian. She's beloved art as well. I guess it's time to update, I suppose. What update? I entrusted Tetrakis with a mission some time ago. Oh really? What was the mission? Miko explained to him her suspicions and her doubts. So I was just as much a suspect as the others? Sorry, but I couldn't trust anybody apart from Tetrakis. I understand. I hid the truth from everybody because I didn't know who I could trust with this. I'm happy to be able to count on you, Valkian. 2 dragons with us, that's a blessing. 2 dragons? Yes, I imagine that's what you wanted to tell me last time, right? Don't worry, I guessed, and I will keep your secret. Miko, about that, I'm not a dragon, I'm a... What? A demon. What? Is this a joke? No, I'm serious. Fafnir told us I'm a demon, or at least their non-corrupted form, an angel. But to me, it's the same thing. By the gods, I need to sit down. Come here. We went to Valkin's bed. It's very soft. Why didn't you say anything earlier? We were afraid. Afraid of what? Valkin and I explained our fears to Miko, and surprisingly she understood them. I see. It's true that not so long ago I would have sacrificed the Drakis to restore balance. Yeah, you totally would. And maybe you will again. No matter what the result would have been, I would have tried it. I know, you have changed and I'm relieved. What do you want to do now that you know this? I don't know, I'm even more lost. First of all, I suggest keeping all this to ourselves. I don't want anything to happen to you. And then we need to catch Ashkor. That way we can confirm whether or not he's a dragon. How? We will make him talk. Seem sure of yourself. How do you intend to do this? You don't want to know. Miko? Don't insist, really. That would have an influence on what you think of me. I already think pretty poorly of you, Miko, so it really won't influence much. Ha, I imagine she wants to torture him. I can't condone that, but I understand that she's considering it, and he will have deserved it. First one, because we are pure. No time left for laughing. Meanwhile, I will keep tending to the crystal with the... I can't even read. Volunteers? I don't know. Tears started rolling down her cheeks again. Miko, are you okay? Yes, I'm just distraught. Why is this so messed up? This writing. We managed to deal with so many hopeless situations, but this time I'm really having a hard time discerning solution. I fear for the worst, the Drakis. I understand. I too can imagine how we're going to get out of this one. I can't stop thinking about what Fanfare said. I need to save Eldarya, but how? I will get back to the Crystal Valkyrie. You will find Ashkor. Don't kill him. If you find Ashkor, don't kill him. I want him to be held accountable for his actions in the face of people of Eldarya. I promise. Okay then, I will see you later. We all left the room, and Valkian locked the door of his room behind us. That reminds me that maybe I should lock mine once in a while. Yeah, maybe you should. Kero surprised us. Valkian, the hunt is about to start. You need to gather your team and go to the forest as soon as possible. Understood. Thanks, Kero. Good luck. Drakis, would you like to come with us? I was about to ask you, but who is we? Nevra and Ezarel are coming. Perfect. I'm coming. Of course we're coming, and we're going to waste so much mana. Out? Maybe at the doors? No? Outside? No? I think we're only going to waste mana if we go in the forest before finding Oh, Valkian, what are you doing with the Tragis? Are you jealous? She's coming with us. I see. We're leaving now, suppose? Yes. Okay, I just need to drop a few things in my room. Where shall we meet? At the Grand Gate. We will head into the forest together. Ezra left right away. So we need to find Nera. Nera is here. He's talking to Peral. I turn to Valkian. Their conversation looks heated. You think this is a good time to bother them? It's fine. I'll do it. Well, Purra looks very angry. I wouldn't like to be in Nevra's shoes right now. Sorry for disturbing you, but we need to leave for the hunt, Nevra. Okay, I just need to finish something real quick. Where shall we meet? At the Grand Gate. We will go into the forest together. Valkian walked back towards me, while Nevra resumed fighting with Purra. Done. Everybody has information. Let's go to the Grand Gate. So Ezarel had owed money to the Regos, and Nevra is fighting them. Something going on here. Tetrakis, Valkian, what are you doing together? We are meeting with Ezarel and Nevra to go look for Ashkor. My team was dissolved. They must go and help Miko. Can I join? Of course. The more we are, the more chances we have to get our hands on this wine. Which is your brother. Perfect, I'm with you. Is he able to keep up? Isn't he tired? Along with Balkin and Lefton, we waited a few minutes for Ezarel and Nevra to come. When the team was all here, we headed to the edge of the forest. Many questions were coming to my mind. Where were we going to start the hunt? Where could Ashkor be hiding? Okay, switch up off. My injuries are more serious than I expected. I would have never thought the crystal would release such a load of energy. I need to get away from here. Lefton must suspect me to be around. It won't be long before he finds a way to find me. For now, he's probably stuck. He must be hoping to keep that stupid, pathetic cover a secret. Must leave the El lands as soon as possible. Right after him is the demon, but caught into his own trap. He can't give away evidence that would allow the guard to catch the dragon. So what can he do? I can't reasonably tell them about the underground tunnels, otherwise they will know I'm the traitor they've been looking for months. And what's more, Amaya refuses to pick up on his smell, considering how much Lance loves the companions. And no wonder she doesn't want to get anywhere near him. Yeah, that's really disgusting. I need to find a way. I need to find him before the others, even if our agreement prevents him from revealing our alliance and my nature. He could let go some incriminating information, like the fact that we are blackmailing Yakar, or the names of all the people that I have wrapped around my finger. I'm going to have to deal with those as quickly as a matter of fact. Yeah, I kind of figured out in the past episode it was blackmailing Yakar. Maybe there's something I'm forgetting. But why not blackmailing her? I don't know. The two great enemies, the guard seems to be in trouble. The guard seems to be in trouble. Would that be the sign that things are finally getting better for our heroes? Probably not. There is much more people than I had thought. Miko wasn't lying. The Elgard is really head over heels trying to find Ashkor. Even Aleya, Kolaya, and Karen are here. Lefton stepped out of the crowd and started explaining the strategy. We are separating into several teams, which will each go through a specific area of the forest. Every inch of it must be thoroughly searched. They won't leave Ashkor a chance to get away. What about the rest of the land, Lefton? We have launched an emergency warning. Babgers, dryads, and other fairies of the forest have blockades all over the forest and the plains. Nobody will be able to go in or out of the lands without us being informed. Regarding sea access, we have called upon the mermaids, the tritons, and a few leviathans. Leviathans? But they're cruel beings. My parents always told me to be wary of them. It's just a matter of knowing how to talk to them. Leviathans are not malicious, they're very touchy and wild. Touchy. What about airspace? If Ashkor is a dragon, he could escape that way. We have called upon the tribe of Garuda's followers. Okay. What did they ask in exchange for this? It will be unusual for them to do something for the guard without asking for anything in return. They just want to be the first ones to leave in case of an exodus. Miko agreed to that? Yes, we don't have the choice. I understand, and she probably will have to make other concessions during the next few weeks. Any other questions? The crowd said no in unison. We were ready to get this thing going. Lefton told us which area we had to explore, and we followed the instruction without arguing. Here we go. Oh my god, this is going to be painful. There's no one here apart from a few members of HQ. We're also looking for Ashkor. Of course, it's pointless to go here, but let's see. Yeah, no sign of Ashkor. And what if he were still at HQ? Maybe the mole hit him somewhere? I'd better ask the question. Have HQ been searched? Of course, why? Well, I'm starting to wonder whether Ashkur is not simply hiding within our walls. Maybe the demon is one of ours and is hiding him in his place. HQ was searched from top to bottom. You have searched every single room, even yours when you were in a coma. Ah, I see. They went through my room. I don't really like the idea that they went through it without asking for my consent, but I understand. Desperate times, desperate measures. If that makes you feel better, I was there when they searched your room. They didn't touch any of your things. Yes, that makes me feel better indeed, thank you. But it's fine, even if it's never pleasant to know that someone went to your place without you knowing it, I totally understand it. Yeah, it's really the least of your problems now. It's gonna be terrible. Nothing, 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 nothing. Deep inside the forest, Lefton went to talk to some of the Hamadrites. It made me think of the fact that since Ivoni, I hadn't seen one single one in this forest. I probably didn't pay attention. As a matter of fact, one of them is glaring at me. Ezarel, you're going to think I'm paranoid, but I think this Hamadroid is giving me dirty looks. Which one? The one with red leaves. Ha, you're not paranoid. She hates you and me because we killed Ivoni. I didn't do anything to Ivoni. It doesn't make any difference to her. They were very close, but she's not going to hurt you. She holds a grudge against you, but she's not seeking revenge. I feel half better. Lefton came back. I'm not comfortable with this forest anymore. The Hamadrites haven't seen anyone in or out of the forest since the crystal was broken. How can we be sure of their loyalty to the guard? They might be on Ashkor's side. It's possible. Actually, everything is possible. You could also be on his side. Lefton. Don't worry, I know it's not the case. Because you are? At least you were up until a few hours ago. What it meant is that in times like this, we need to be able to trust each other. You're right. And furthermore, they are with other members of the guard who are very determined to find our enemy. I don't think we have any reason to doubt their loyalty. Let's carry on with our search. And where I'm going now? Yeah. Let's go back. Let's go here. I knew it. All my mana going away, leaving me. What if I go back at the entrance? I wanna cry. Should return. It's going to be dark soon. Are you sure, Lefton? Even if that postpones our reunion to tomorrow, Ashkur has no way to escape. Yes, hopefully. Wondering if I shouldn't have gone out directly. I would have wasted less mana. I'd barely gone through the doors of HQ that it was dark. Lefton's face changed when he whispered something to the guys. I couldn't hear what he said. The other teams arrived just after us. It seems they were taken by surprise by nightfall. Good, everyone is here. We'll resume the search tomorrow at 2 p.m. In the meantime, get some rest and recuperate. We will need it. Have a good evening. The crowd dispersed and I started yawning. I'm exhausted. I'm just like a sunflower. But really? As soon as night falls, I want to go to sleep. Are you coming to bed with me, or do you still have things to do? He glanced at Lifton, who told him that there was no meeting tonight. I'm all yours. Great. I thought Lifton was going to make him stay away out of spite or something. Is he less jealous than I thought? I went to my room and undressed to get in bed. Ezarel stayed at the door with his hands behind his back. He's staring at me with his lips slightly open. I wonder what's in the back of his mind. What's going on? Nothing. Are you sure? I was just taking the time to look at you. Look at me? Yes, I want every moment spent with you to be engraved in my memory. I want to enjoy all the time we spend together, not have any regrets. Don't you prefer to just leave for the moment? Stop, it's embarrassing when you stare at me like this. I too want to remember every moment spent with you. I don't know the last one. I went to him and I laid my hand on his chest. My eyes got lost in his. I was captivated by the softness of his looks. I could see his cheeks redden as my finger lingered over his nice and delicate mouth. My heart started beating faster and faster. I was getting short on breath, despite all the time we spent together. I still feel the same feverish desire of the first stirrings. I got even closer to his face and stole a sweet kiss from his lips. Our lips met with passion tinged with sweetness. I love you, Tetragis. I love you too. We didn't make love that night, really. We just wanted to be in each other's arms, nothing else. I turned around in bed for a while, all excited and energized by this. I finally fell asleep and woke up at dawn with the sound of the birds. I took the time to admire its colors. Its wings of iridescent shades were long and almost transparent. They reflected the sun with a lot of grace and finesse. His singing was spellbinding. I wonder what kind of companion this is. I could catch him, but he's so beautiful. I don't want to take away his freedom. Yeah, you should think about that, about all the companions like that. After a few hours, Caro came knocking on the door and asked Ezarel to come for an express meeting. And he just woke up. I think this is going to be tough. Good luck, Ezarel. I gave him a soft kiss to motivate him. Meanwhile, what if I went for breakfast before going back on the hunt? Let's go to breakfast. Hello, Caruto. Hey girl, happy to see you again. So what are you? What do you mean? If you're back, that means you finally got your answers regarding your origin, right? Ah yes, he had made bets about that. Well, I don't know much more. Really? Yes, there was nothing there in the end. I'm sorry. Nothing to be sorry about. How are you? I'm fine. I'm trying to lift the spirits of the troops a bit by creating some new dishes. Lift spirit with pastries, right? Exactly. Well, in which case, do you mind if I suggest something from my ward? Not at all. Tell me. Tell him about the animal-shaped cupcakes. Tell him about the crepe millefeuille. Tell him about the rainbow cake. I mean, can it be anything of these? I really like the second one. I don't know, let's try. Crepe millefeuille, and you just pile them up. That must be very dry. No, you put a layer of dessert cream between each crepe, of course. I have a preference for the mix of mascarpone, coffee and vanilla sugar, which gives it a tiramisu twist. It's delicious. I can do a little variation by making a strawberry pistachio cream. What do you think? I can't wait. Perfect. Great. Can't wait. Thanks. I hope this idea will make the residents smile a bit. You're welcome. I took a lunchbox and went to eat by the fountains. I needed some quiet and peaceful time before getting on with the rest of the day. I still have some time left before meeting everyone for the hunt. We have to walk around again. Hello, Tetrakis. Hello, Twilda. How are you? I'm fine despite the circumstances. And you? I'm good too. I'm full of energy, actually. Karuto told me you had suggested new pastry recipes. And your recipe looked quite rich on paper. Indeed, the crab cake is not a light one, but it's so good. I hope so. Why can't you tell her about Mary? Are you sure? No, I'm not. That's the thing with rumors. That's why you shouldn't get carried away. If it's true, I can't believe it. What are you talking about? Karuto told Twilda that there was going to be new pastries coming, and that was your great news? Yes, he mentioned iris cakes. It's Alea's favorite cake. That's why I'm not telling her to not get carried away. I understand, and it's true. Karuto is going to make new pastries. I also suggested a recipe from my ward. You should ask him about your iris cake. He really wants to please everybody at the moment. Oh, I'm going to do this right away then. Hey, Caro. Trakis. You look sad. Is something wrong? Oh, I'm just overloaded with work. I'm sorry if I was a bit abrupt. Between sending back up, getting all the messages from our lies, and being in charge of the guard members, I just have too much to do. I don't regret leaving the Light Guard. So that's the point. Why are you still doing all this if you're no longer a member of the Light Guard? Yakar isn't here, and I promised I would handle her work until she gets back. But I wasn't expecting the crystal to be broken during her absence. I understand. I'm very sorry for wasting your time. I never waste my time. You're sweet. But I can't talk much longer with you, though. No problem. Good luck. Thank you. And by the way, I'm sorry for everything I told you when we were in Memoria. What do you mean? I wasn't very nice to you when you got into this fight with Evelyn. I realize now I should have never put myself in the middle. It's just that I love her very much. Really? She was the first one from HQ to trust me, and I can't stand when she gets hurt. Should have thought about this before. You have been forgiven a long time ago, Caro. Don't worry about it. But doesn't mean he loves her very much. He did say he was in love with someone who didn't love him back, right? And she was in love with Ezarel at the time. Oh, that's cute. If it's what I think it is. The situation was complicated. I can't blame you for that. Thank you, Tetrakis. Karen is holding a piece of paper in her hand. Her cheeks are reddened just before seeing me. What are you doing? Me? Nothing. She immediately hid what I guessed was a letter behind her back. Get her to talk, don't say anything and leave. I want to know, is it a letter from Chrome? I saw a letter. Who is it from? Or is that any of your business? Oh, you make anything your business, so I'm gonna insist. No, but just like you, I can't help to get interested when I see a good gossip coming around. Karen insisted. After all the time you've dragged me into your lousy plans, you owe me this. Okay, you win. She gave me the "you're hopeless but I still love you" look. It's a letter from Chrome. Oh, how is he? He's good, it's just that I miss him terribly. Since he's been gone to the Fenghuangs, I can't stop thinking about him and I'm sick of it. Karen, are you in love with Chrome? What? Not at all. You're crazy. She turned as red as a beet and ran away. The vampire in love with the werewolf. That's so cute. Hmm, no one else outside. Rah. I stretched for a long time. It was nice seeing people and having some chit-chats with them. They gave me the strength to get on with the afternoon. Actually, I think the time has come. I must go to the Grand Gate for the hunt. We were just there. Mana wasted. So much mana wasted. Ha, it seems like I'm the first one here. I talked a bit with one of the guards keeping the doors. His name is Anthros. Anthros? Like Anthros Academy? Their name rings a bell. Where had I heard it? Then he told me that the squad had left earlier than planned. Anthros. Nice. I think I might have to pull some ears. Hmm. The partners have forgotten you. There you are. So nice of you to have left earlier without telling me. I was sitting there waiting for you. You could have told me something. Didn't you get the note? If I had, I would have left with you, don't you think? I'm sorry, I asked Amaya to take it to you. Amaya, now I understand why I didn't get it. That companion is such a brat. Sorry for getting angry, I'm a bit on edge. No problem, I was actually quite surprised that you weren't here. Anyway, it's solved. We can resume the hunt. I've allocated the different teams. I'm happy to see that I'm with Ezarel. Even if the mission is the priority, I'm happy that we can spend some time together. So, let me guess. We're going to waste again more mana going back and forward, back and forward. We searched every inch of this part of the forest. No one's here. Same here. Ashkor must have found a safe place to hide, but neither one of us has any idea where that could be. I heard some noise in the bushes. I turned around, but I saw nothing. Where is he? We combed the woods from top to bottom, but didn't find anything. Where could Ashkar be? It's really strange, no sign of him at all. We met with the other teams at the edge of the forest. They haven't found anything either. The forest has been searched. This part is over. We need to head to the plains. Plains? A young man came to us running and totally out of breath. Lefton, we found him. Huh? Ashkar, he was captured. What? By the oracle. By the beach. He's at the beach. Let's go. When we got to the beach, we were pleased to see that it was true. Before us, Ashkar was there, hands and feet tied. We found him on the floor in the stairs. We think he was trying to escape by the sea. He's lost a lots of blood. That is why we could control him so easily. I see. Did you give him sleeping pills? Yes, he should be sleeping for another few hours. So you actually took his mask off? This will give us enough time to find a way to prevent him from escaping. Let's take him to the prison and notify Miko. So you're actually looking at his face? Stick to the prison. It's gonna be all do like the longest possible path. So Valky and Nevra, take this traitor to prison. The drug is Ezarel, wait for me here, I will tell Miko. They returned a few minutes later. Miko is red as a beet. Let's go downstairs. I don't want to reiterate the mistake we did last time. I want to know who is hiding behind this mask. Oh. Is it gonna be that easy? Is he still asleep? Yes, but I'm not sure the cage will keep him from escaping. Seeing how powerful he is, I don't think I have a choice. Miko went to Ashkor's cage. Everybody was holding their breath. Opening the cage in which the alleged dragon was, Miko removed one of his claws and cut through his flesh with a carved blade before doing the same with her own hand. She then lay her hand against Ashkor whilst chanting. To this man, I want to be connected. Almighty God, make him swear allegiance to me. Listen, Okubi, listen to my call. Miko's stick went ablaze, and a bright blue flame came out of it, bigger and bigger. Nera told me to step back. Fire surrounded the kitsune as she kept chanting. Miko's body started to burn. Seeing this, I screamed with horror and rushed to save her from this inferno. Lefton held me back and ordered me to trust her. I tensed, feeling my guts twist, and I felt more and more helpless. Tears came to my eyes as Miko's body started to disappear with the blaze. Miko. Then what happened before my eyes was both frightening and captivating. From this fire, in which my friend had disappeared, I saw 4 electric blue creepers springing out. They encircled Ashkor's body, hindering him solidly. A silhouette emerged from the raging flames, one that I knew well, Miko's. Finally, the flame extinguished, and she turned to us. I did it. I relaxed immediately. I didn't care what she had accomplished or not. I was just relieved to see she was safe and sound, and that she hadn't been eaten up by the fire. Without thinking, I rushed to her. The Tragis. I thought you were sacrificing yourself in order to prevent him from escaping. It scared me. Sorry, I should have explained. It's ancient kitsune ritual that enables us to temporarily strip the enemy of his powers. A kitsune can only use this once in his life. Wow, and you wasted it on this situation? I thought this was the right moment, even if I wasn't sure it was going to work. It seems to have worked, and you're alive. That's what matters. Anyway, this ritual has exhausted me. Let's take this mask off, so we can finally see who this rotten man is. Valkyne is staring at Ashkor with his teeth clenched. After what happened in Balenvia, he must be eager to know the identity of his sworn enemy. She got closer to Ashkor once again, and after taking a deep breath, she took his mask off. No. It's impossible. I could see the horror and despair on all their faces. I don't understand. Who's this? No one answered. They're all shocked, and it's when I saw Valkyne's livid face that I understood. Fafnir had pointed us in the right direction. Valkyne's double, another dragon. It was obvious. Yeah, it kind of was. Miko, it's him, isn't it? Lance, Jamon, stay here and watch him. I am sending trustworthy men right away. The flame coming out of my stick should tell whether the spell is still active or not. If you want to see if you see it flicker, come and get me. Okay. Evelyn, give him medical assistance. Why? He's our enemy. Do it. Miko is unable to think clearly. Evelyn knows it, but she complied even if she disagrees. Ezarel, Nevra, Valkian, and Lefton, follow me to the crystal room now. Sorry Tetrakis, but this time it doesn't concern you. I understand, I'm just worried about you. You'll be fine, just try to rest. Okay, They left hastily. Miko took her stick. Evelyn is busy healing Glance. Jamon is watching them closely. I feel useless now. So we just go to get some rest. Fine. I left the prison and all my thoughts were for Valkin. This must be a nightmare. All this time he thought his brother was dead, and now he learns that not only he is alive, but he's also their worst enemy. This must be a terrible shock. I wonder what they're going to talk about during this meeting. In the meantime, I decided to follow Miko's advice and get some rest. Once in my room, I tried to think about something else than Valkian, but I couldn't. After a few hours of twisting and turning in my bed, I decided to go and talk to him. He needed someone to help him and support him through this. He's either in his room or still at the crystal room. Valkian is here, perfect. Valkian. Hey ho, do you hear me? Excuse me, I was lost in my thoughts. I can see that. I don't know how to raise the question. I can't possibly just ask him how he's doing. Nobody can be well in this kind of situation. I need to find a way for him to open up. Would you have a moment? I need to talk to you about something. Not really, no. Oh, please. Valkian, I looked at him straight in the eyes. Okay, where do you want to go? Let's go out to get some air if you don't mind. I guess I don't have a choice. It's really willing to talk to you, Guardian. The cherry tree? I took Valkian to the cherry tree. After all this time, I noticed how much he likes this place. I saw him smile when I asked him if he wanted to sit. What did you want to talk about? About you, of course. I lay a reassuring hand on his arm. I imagine that the fact that Ashkur is your brother has led you to disclose your true nature. Yes. How did they react? Good. You didn't mention me, I hope. That's excellent use. Great. There was hence nothing to worry about. Okay, definitely not the first one. How, egoist of you? Not the second one. This is good. You were so afraid of the other's reaction. Yes, I was surprised that they were so kind and understanding. They're your friends, after all. It was obvious you were going to have their support. And you still have mine, by the way. Thank you. I didn't say anything about you, by the way. I trust you guys with my secret, don't worry. We stayed there, under the cherry tree for a while, just looking at the petals flying into the wind. I don't know how to start the conversation. I can see he doesn't really want to talk, but something inside me is urging me to insist. I can't leave him alone in one of the most difficult moments of his life. So, when are you going to ask the question to Dagris? I don't have the whole day ahead of me. Miko said we were going to interrogate Lance as soon as he wakes up. How are you? How are you coping? The fact that Lance is alive must be very disturbing, right? I was shocked at first, but I'm better now. And that's it? Yes, I'm fine. Don't worry. I'm glad we can finally put a name on our enemy's face, although of course I would have preferred it if it were on my brother. That's normal, but tell me, if there is anything else, I'm here for you if you need me. I'm fine, don't worry. Why is he repeating the same thing over and over? Because he's clearly not fine. I'm sorry, but I must go back to the prison. I want to be there when Lance wakes up. He stood up and left. This conversation leaves me with a bitter taste. I'm having a hard time believing Valkin when he says he's fine. Everything leads me to believe that he's not doing well at all. What can I do for him to feel better? What can I do? Cook something? Don't think so. No. Let's try. What if we go to the prison and talk to Lance? And make a terrible mistake. Possibly. No? Also empty? Okay. I don't know. Ezra's here. He looks troubled. Are you okay? Not really. You? Not so good. I tried talking to Vakin, but he's bottled up completely. It's understandable. He just learned that his brother, whom he thought was dead, is actually alive and is our enemy. Wouldn't you be upset? I would, but I would get it out. His silence worries me never. I'm worried too, but what can you do for him? It's Vakin. He will talk only when he wants to. He's right. The drug is Miko? Have you seen Vakin? Yes, why? How was he? Did he say anything strange? Apart from the endlessly repeating "I'm fine, don't worry" with a zombie face? No, nothing special. Ha, with you too? That doesn't make me feel any better. I don't know what to do. I don't want him to bottle up like he did last time, thinking he can overcome this on his own. We are in trouble. Trouble? Sorry, I'm a bit on edge. Right. I'm going to go and relax a bit. I'm turning crude from being so tense all the time. Relax well, Miko. What? Tagis, you're Wilwakin earlier, right? I was. I'm worried about him. What do you mean? He kept telling us that he was fine, that we shouldn't worry about him. He told me exactly the same thing. I knew it. Once again, he wants to fight on his own. That's Valkian, that's how he is. I don't know what I can do for him. I would like to show him that he's not alone, that we're here for him. He's my best friend. I know, Ezarel, I know. Ezarel apologized again as he left. He's so sorry for Valkian. I don't know what to do. Outside, I guess. Dragis, I saw you talk to Valkian. Everyone saw us talk to Valkian? Yes, indeed. Were you spying on us? Of course not. I just happened to see you. It was a coincidence. Of course. You know, I'm worried about him, just like everyone at the Light Guard, and I'm glad you're here for him in these difficult moments of his life, that's all. Yes, we should be here for him, even more than ever. He's right, but seeing everybody so worried about Valkian, I can just stay here and do nothing. There must be something we can do. What? Don't make me waste more mana. I talked to everybody who was at the Light Guard meeting, and although no one went into the details of what they talked about, I can see Valkian is very affected. I must find a way to make him feel better. Like Miko said, he can't stay alone and bottle up like last time. The only way for him to overcome this is to accept our help. Of course, that's it. We must all show him that we are here for him. This is what we should do. Gather all of his friends to show him how much we love him and our support. Of course, I must tell Ezarel and Nevra. He's also close to Evelyn and Miko. I don't think Leftan and him are close friends, though. No, he's not friends with Leftan. Strange. I was going to forget Floppy. Can't imagine giving him comfort without his companion. I need to ask everybody to meet at the cherry tree to throw a support party. I hope you will like that. Nera is busy with Pural again. Seem to be arguing. This time I decided to interrupt by rubbing the paprika the right way. What do you want from this schmuck, lovely? Or what's worth so much better than this worthless idiot? Aha, thank you, that's nice, Pural. But I need him to do me a favor. Is this important? Very. Okay then, we will get back to this later. I'm keeping my eye on your cheap vampire. It's again about money, I think. For a left, I glared at Nevra. Survival rule number 1 at HQ. Never, never antagonize the Paprikos. Never. I know, but I didn't have a choice this time. Anyway, what can I do for you? I was thinking of organizing a party for Valkian in order to show him our support. Totally, I wanted to take him out tonight to change his mind. Of good. Okay, good. See you at 6 p.m. at the Cherry Tree then. He loves that place. Perfect. What if he loves that place because it was important for him and his brother? Another place would have been better. Oh, Tetragis, how are you? Good, and you? Could be better. I'm really worried about Valkian, to say the truth. Miko told me about Lance. I would have never thought that something like this could be possible. I understand, and actually I wanted to ask you if you were available tonight. I would like to organize a little gathering to change Valkian's mind. I'm sorry, but I've been very busy lately. Evelyn, please, it's not going to last long. I understand. Well, don't overwork. So this is the only thing I know, that possibly I don't have to insist for people to come to this party. So, well, don't overwork. Thanks, see you later. Evelyn ran away, she's really loaded with work. I still have people to invite for tonight. Miko's here, it's time to ask her. Miko? Yes? I wanted to know whether you were available tonight for a little party for Valkian. I would like to change his mind and show him our support. She made a contrite put. I still have so much to do between Lance questioning and taking care of what is left of the crystal. I'm not sure I can take my time. Try to come in if it isn't for long. Don't worry about it. If you can come, Valkian will understand. Second. But don't you know that she's also feeling quite upset? She's in love with the guy. I'm sorry. It's okay, really. I need to go back to question Lance. See you later. For Miko, it must be difficult to be running all over the place all the time. There is another reason why it's difficult for her. Don't you remember? I still have people to invite for tonight. Ezarel? I don't dare enter Valkian's room. Floppy? Oh, you're here. Would you like to come with me? I would like to surprise your owner. Troshu nodded, at least, I think, as she climbed on my shoulder before weaving into my back. I think that means yes. Where is Ezarel? Ezarel. Yes, I have an idea. What about? Valkian, I'm not sure he's actually going to like it, but I would like to throw a party for him, to show him how much we love him and to show him our support. That's a good idea. It's not really like him to be part of that kind of thing, but it's worth a try. He needs to realize that he's not alone. I'm in. Great, I will see you at the cherry tree then. He loves that place. Okay, now I will go and change my clothes. Into what? I changed, and I also gave a little floppy a bath. It's time. I must talk Valkyn to take Valkyn to the meeting point. And more importantly, tell him about his unplanned evening. He may not be available tonight. I knocked on Valkyn's door and he opened. He seemed to be carrying a heavy load on his shoulders. What's going on? Are you free tonight? I had no plans. Why? Don't say anything, just follow me. Okay. He's so exhausted. He doesn't even have the strength to argue. I'm lucky. There. In front of us stood Ezarel and Nevra. Floppy jumped out of my bag and managed to get a smile on her owner's face. Ezarel, Nevra. Valkyn walked towards the guys, who hugged him. Let the guys enjoy this moment together. Join the act. I think it's the first one. What is... when Valkyn's voice started to shake before eventually breaking down completely. Oh, he was crying. For the first time since I knew him, I caught a glimpse of the Valkyn hiding behind the thick shell he had built over the years. It was unsettling to see him like this. He was usually so discreet, so withdrawn. I could see him open his heart to his two best friends. They who had always been there for him, who loved him like a brother. Seeing this, I couldn't hold back my tears. What are you crying? Tetragis, come and join us. No, I'm fine, Valkyn turned to me, his eyes still shining, and stretched out his hands to me. I took it immediately and joined them. We stayed there in each other's arms for a while. The warmth the guys were giving me was intoxicating. I felt loved and part of a new family. He seemed to be having fun during the night, but he couldn't fool me. I could feel within me that he wasn't at his best. Despite the party, I could see his heart was still heavy. When everybody left, I took him on the side. Quick, before he leaves. Valkyn, wait. Yes, the Dragis? Thanks for coming to this little improvised party. I hope you liked it. That was very sweet of all of you. It's true, I would have rather been left alone, but I'm glad you forced me to go out. It's good to know that I am surrounded by such good friends. That's normal. We were also worried about you, Valkyn, me above all. I told you, I will be fine. I just need to take in the news, and I know that with all of you by my side, even it will be easy. I'm not worried because I know I'm not alone. Valkyn has been surprisingly positive. It's almost frightening. I hope he's not in denial. Okay, well, good night then. Good night, Tetragis. Again, thank you. I went to bed alone. I want to be left alone with my thoughts tonight. I can't stop thinking about Valkyn, and I'm still terribly worried about him. Even if he did look happy about the party, and if it seemed to make him feel better, I doubt he will get better that quickly. I blame myself for not being able to relieve his grief more. What can you do? You're not even his girlfriend here. The night went by without tints of anxiety. I had many nightmares. I could see Lance in front of the crystal, just when he was about to break it, but this time Valkyn was standing by his side. What was I supposed to think of that? Was that the result of my fears, or the sign of a new prophecy? I didn't want to imagine the second option. Early in the morning, Valkyn knocked on my door with a somewhat odd request. You want me to go to the prison with you? Are you serious? I thought only you and Miko were interrogating him. Normally, yes, but Miko isn't available this morning, and I need someone there with me to help me go through this ordeal. I thought you could fill this role perfectly. I don't know. I don't want to be a burden to you. You won't be. I trust you. Okay then, fine. Convenient. So I was seeing the interrogation. I could feel the stress increasing as we were going down those endless stairs. My anxiety was increasing with every step. Valkin took my hand to reassure me. You don't need to come, you know. You can go back if you wish. No, I don't want you to do this alone. I'll be fine. We go to the prison. My stress hit a peak. I swallowed several times before walking towards Lance. Well, well, look who's here. The chosen one everybody talks about. He's talking about me. Come closer so I can see your sweet face. No, stay behind me. What? Are you afraid that I might steal her from here? Well, you'll have to speed things up, brother, because there's already somebody working on this. How does he know this? Shut up. Huh? So you don't want me to chat anymore? Hans keeps coming after me. I think that's his way of getting to Akin. Must remain stone-faced. I can let his words get to me. I can't let his words get to me. Between two barbs, Valkin is trying to question him. However, the bad dragon seemed to be only interested in me. Despising his brother, he was giving me those killer looks. His voice was dark and cavernous. It was easy to detect deep hatred for the Elgard and myself. But he has helped you several times. Of course, Lefton told him to, but he didn't hate you before. Why is he hating you now? What could I have done for him to hate me to that extent? Enough. Valkian came to me looking annoyed. He's not going to talk. Bringing you with me was a bad idea. I'm sorry you had to go through this. Let's go. Okay. See you soon, my dear adorable brother. As for you, Tetrakis, I can't wait to talk to you. I have so much to say to you. Lance's voice made my blood run cold. He seems so confident. I can see he's trying to break me, even if I still don't understand why. Touch her, and I will finish you, Lance. I'm looking forward to that. Or maybe he hates us because we basically took all left and attention out of his plan to us, something like that. I'm sorry, taking you there was a bad idea. It doesn't matter. You couldn't have known he was going to come after me. I must see Miko. Okay, I will see you later. This meeting with Lance was unsettling. His words were blood-curdling. I don't know what triggered this hatred towards Eldarya, but I'm afraid it won't be possible to calm it down. For Valkian, seeing his brother this way must be heartbreaking. I would probably react the same way if this were to happen to me. I would be devastated. Anyway, I need to rest. This has taken more energy than I thought from me. So, room? No. Then we need to go out, I guess. No. Fountain? No. Oh my gosh. I feel like half of this episode has been doing this. Aimlessly walking around, trying to unlock some dialogue. What if I go back again? I don't think it will change my mind though. Of course. No. I don't know. Maybe outside again. If we go to the beach, maybe. I think they would have told. But let's try. No. Oh, yeah. I went to the beach to get the iodine smell of the sea. Like always, it makes me feel better and calms me down. Maybe I should bring Valkin here, but that might help put some order into his mind. Looking out at the sea, I thought about the crystal. It had been shattered to pieces a few days earlier by Lance, and yet everything seemed normal. The world of Eldarya didn't seem to be suffering the consequences of it. When is the crushing blow going to hit? Maybe the calm before the storm? I couldn't imagine what was going to happen to this world when it would have suddenly realized it's on its road to ruin. A hiss got me out of my thoughts. Taro, what are you doing here? Miko wants to see me? Where? At the forge. Okay. You can understand. Since when I'm able to understand the companions like this? I don't really have time to think about this. Miko's waiting for me. Let's go back to the forge. Miko, you wanted to see me? Yes. She's avoiding eye contact. Something's wrong. Valkian told me how your meeting with Lance went, and Miko, stop beating around the bush. Lance, he was way more talkative when you were there during the previous questioning. Well, I didn't find him very talkative. And he wants to talk to you, and to you only. What? Of course we declined that request of his. He then agreed to Valkian being there when you meet. Want me to go and talk to him? I'm not forcing you, but we do need to know what his agenda is and who his partners are. And he will only start talking if it's with you. Should I accept what Miko is asking from me? And anyway, do I really have a choice? Okay, I will go and see Lance and get as much information as I can from him. Are you sure? Yes, you need these answers, and it's not going to cost me much. And I won't be alone. Valkin will be with me. You can count on him. Thank you so much, Tetrakis. You really have a good heart. When should I go? As soon as possible. Nico quickly briefed me on the questions, and I should ask Lance. It was pretty basic. Why is he attacking the guard? Who are his partners? Why break the crystal? Now that I know everything, I just need to meet Valkin at the prison. When I go to the prison, Valkin was already there. As agreed with Lance, is staying in the background. My fear clearly tangible from Lance's smile. I can see he's enjoying this. But I must be strong and get information out of him. I walked toward this cage while keeping a security distance of at least 1 meter. I then started questioning him, but of course Lance didn't answer. You had agreed to talk if I came. I said I might talk if you came, That's slightly different. We could play a game, you and I. What game? I will ask you one question and you answer honestly. Then you ask a question and I will answer you as honestly as you have. I'm not very comfortable letting Lance lead the dance, but I don't see any other way to get information out of him. Okay, well, I don't have much to lose anyway, and I can always lie if I don't wish to answer to his questions. Agreed? Let's start with a simple question. Where do you come from? From Earth? What are you here for? To break the crystal. How did you get to Eldarya? Through a mushroom ring. Why do you want to break the crystal? To free my people. What is your connection with the crystal? I have no idea. I think I'm its chosen one. What do you mean, free my people? Their souls are trapped within this damn stack of stones. I can't stand seeing them in such distress. That's not true. Some of them were in Memoria. Nonsense. He doesn't seem to take me seriously, but whatever. It doesn't matter. I'm not here to convince him after all. It could actually be very important if you convinced him. What are the names of your partners at HQ? He answered in such a low voice that I couldn't hear him. Get closer, ask him to speak louder. Oh my god. Oh my god. I feel like get closer is the stupidest idea ever. But if there is a illustration here, it won't be with me shouting at him from afar. I don't know. Let's go the stupid way. Get closer. I went closer to him to hear his words clearly. Valkin jumped. Okay, whatever that is. Tetrakis. Is this Miko's voice? I turned to her. I saw her get in the prison with her stick in hand. The flame has died. I immediately remembered what she said. She had told Jaman when we broke Ashkor. Well, Lance here. As long as the flame would be there, the binding spell would be active. A chill ran up my spine. Lance had probably recovered his powers. By the time I understood this, it was already too late. Okay, I clearly got the illustration, but it's completely messed. But I got it, at least. I should be able to see it from the other page. Bright blue creepers encircled me and threw me into Lance's arm. I felt his hands grasp my arms violently. Facing me, Valkian and Miko looked distraught, but they weren't moving, and feeling a blade to my throat, I understood why. Now you're both going to be nice and let me walk out of this HQ with her. The slightest threatening move from you and I kill her. Don't let him go. I'd rather die. It would be a shame letting you die when we know how valuable you are to this HQ. Right, Miko? Don't you think she's the only hope for this world? Miko didn't try to fight, and neither did Valkian. I screamed to let me die, but they just looked at me helplessly, while Lance was dragging me in the stairs with the blade of his knife to my throat. Huh? Does he think he can manage to go all the way through all HQ? Just like this. Where are you taking me? Shut up and keep moving. One faux pas and I will kill you, understood? You won't do that. I'm too valuable alive. You're valuable to them, not to me. He pressed the blade against my flesh and I could feel it digging. I can feel the blood coming down my chest. Okay, I will behave. There's no one around? Really? Trakis? It's nothing, Kero. All good. Let us go. Lance, you're alive? Why are you wearing this armor? And why are you threatening Tetrakis? He's like, Lance, are you alive? So normal. Out of my way, you hybrid vermin. Okay, that was rude. What? Caro, just do as you're told. I've got this. Promise. I moved aside with a look of horror. All the HQ members were running into or moving aside to let us pass. Oh my god, jump on him all at the same time. Miko and the others are on our heels, probably hoping to find a weakness that will enable them to attack Lance. I would like them to do this as soon as possible, even if that must cost me my life. But I can clearly see on their faces that they won't. When we go to the Grand Gate, Lance ordered them to let us pass. If you misbehave, I will kill her. Open the doors. The doors opened, leaving Lance the opportunity to do as he pleased. However, he didn't let go of me and kept me hostage. We went through the doors. While I was desperately struggling, Miko stepped forward, but Lance shot her such a horrible look that she stepped back. Then my persecutor loosened his grip on me and extended his hand in the direction of HQ. A dome of bright light covered it entirely. What happened? It seems Lance has activated the shield that protected HQ. Lance took me to the beach where a boat was waiting for us, as well as the boat that Chrome and I had long ago lost. And by the waterside I saw... Entra? You? Here? Ha! Everything's ready for departure, Lance. You traitor, Entra. Thanks, Entra. I knew I could count on you. You betrayed the Elgard, Entra. How could you do this? We were betrayed by the guards. You'll see. You'll understand. I will explain everything to you when we're there. There? Lance forced me onto the boat, and as it was pulling out of the sea, I saw Ezarel's silhouette. He was alone. Running after us, I understood that he had not listened to Lance's threats. My persecutor let go of me and went to the edge of the boat. He started laughing. Pathetic. And don't even try to jump out of the boat. I have with me some friends who will be delighted to get a bite out of you. In turn, I leaned over the barrier, and in the water, I saw frightening creatures with sharp teeth. I cringed. Lance wasn't lying. They were ready to eat me alive, and they were following his orders. Bon appetit, kids! With a jump, the creature rushed towards Ezarel. My heart got shattered to pieces at the idea that the man I loved was going to be eaten alive. Go, run! Ezarel! Finish the episode. Wow, cliffhanger. Okay, it was long. It was very boring that time because it got way more wandering around than the latest episodes were. I like that we can finally interact with Lance, though I don't think this is. I mean, I doubt very much that this is going to become a fifth route. I mean, we keep saying that we love each other with our boyfriends. It's got very serious and intense. Oh, and he's like a murderous bastard. He may be redeemed in the end somehow, but I don't see how the breakup can happen so that we can get with him. Unless, as like I'm thinking it could happen, this seems to be going towards the end, so unless they like force an end of the season and then we have a second season, sort of like what they did with My Candy Love. Maybe Guardian gets stuck on Earth for a while, or she loses her memory, something like this, then maybe this could happen in the future. I don't see how Lance can be a root now. And I think in like a bunch of episodes, everything is going to be over. Like not right away, but a few other episodes. I don't know. There were many interesting parts in the episode, like the purgatory part. And yeah, I like that now Lance has a more active part. And I think we're going to I think Left Hand is going to come out soon. Like they will find out his true nature, like in an episode or two. And he gave us half of his life. so that's intense. But yeah, it was good many times and boring other times. So, and I'm happy I got 2 illustrations out of 3. I think the left-hand one I wouldn't be able to get it anyway. But we'll see. See you next episode, maybe. Bye.